Dear Universal Source, God, Goddess, Creator, all my guides, ascended ancestors, I call upon the 4 winds of healing and change, the 5 elements and the 7 directions to ask for healing for my highest benefit, for everything that I am consciously or unconsciously aware of in my morphogenetic, epigenetic, cellular, and DNA levels, throughout all timelines, incarnations, and dimensions. I ask that the divine specialist of whatever we need collectively work through me, and all other beings of light, love, and healing benevolence are welcome. We call upon the earth spirits, protectors and guardians of this land. I call upon the air that I breathe and call it into my lungs in purest form, nourishing and enriching my cells. Give thanks for this body. Give thanks for this body. I love how it feels, how it looks, how it moves, how it loves. I give thanks for my health, my wellness. When I say wellness, I mean my holistic wellness. I mean, I feel good on a soul level. I feel good authentically. I feel present within my body. I feel integrated. I feel that integration process of my higher divine soul self into my human personality. I'm actually coming to a point where I am shifting who that is, who that identity, that personality is. I'm stripping away layers upon layers upon layers of inauthenticity, of things that I have adapted and adopted from my surroundings, from the people that I have grown up with, people that I have associated with, the people that I have made love with, the people that I have let into the deepest parts of my being, and the ones that I pass by without even noticing. I'm stripping away all that no longer serves my future growth and the growth of my family and my community and humanity and the world. I feel yes in my soul to watching great visions unveil through the eyes of the multitudes, expressing divine ecstasis through creation. I want the world to know that heaven on earth is possible. We just need to anchor it. We need to anchor it so deeply. We need to anchor ourselves so deeply. We need to really bare our feet, our souls, and ourselves. And by souls, I mean the bottoms of our feet. Bare them to the earth. We need to rise up. And take ourselves out to nature. We need to put ourselves in connection with our Mama Gaia again. We need to bare our souls, put our feet on the earth and put our hands in the dirt and listen and feel what the earth needs from us. We need to give ourselves of the earth. Women, we need to give our blood to the earth. Men, you need to give your tears to the earth. Not the other way around. It was never meant to be the other way around. It was never meant to be men's blood spilt and women's tears crying over it. It was never meant to be shedding the tears of women. We can write this. It is simple. It may be challenging, but it is simple. We need to reconnect ourselves with the earth. Feet flat on it, bodies laid over it, connected, allowing our bodies, our electromagnetic fields to synchronize and harmonize with each other again. Make choices that are conscious. Make choices that are beneficial, that are friendly for the plants, for the animals, for the people, for the waters, for the air, for the earth herself. I often question what the root cause of this colonial disease that has been spreading over the earth, this desire to conquer, this desire to enslave and own and kill, when these limiting beliefs overwhelmed our soul truths. And it came with the disconnection of our mother. And I see it a little bit as like wave, cycle. We're growing as a planetary species. Our mother is like a mother. And she's been incredibly abundant and tolerant, like you would be with a child. Society, we were like teenagers, all full of hormones and fucking ego trips and thinking we're all powerful and invincible and we don't need our mother. That's what we're like right now. Just in a rebellious phase. We've never actually had to disconnect from our mother really before, and we didn't realize how much it actually kind of sucks. And, she's ever tolerant. She'll welcome us back. We just need to be a little bit more humble. However, we've been a little bit more destructive and bratty than I think she would prefer. So she's kind of starting to get her grumble on, starting to shake things up a little bit. It's like, okay kids, school's done, time to, grow up and make something of yourself, whatever that looks like. So she's just kind of waking us up a little bit. But she's waking us up with that mother love, that primal feminine energy. And as she's waking up her primal feminine energy, the waves of that earth Shakti love is coming up. And there is an incredible wave of feminine, juicy, delicious energy that's coming up with it. And we're feeling it. Ladies, we're feeling it. Men, we're feeling it. You're feeling it. We're all feeling it. The divine feminine is rising, and it is rising hard. It is rushing. It is flowing and juicy and oh, so good. I feel the rise of Mother Nature within us all. I feel the rise of the primordial feminine within us all. I feel the flow of the creatrix permeating our realities into remembrance. We have this capacity for creativity, this magnitude of infinite possibility at our fingertips every day, all the time. We see glimpses of the potential that we experience and that we're capable of as a human collective. We see it in things like Burning Man, for example. Festival culture. This whole wave of lifestyle coaching, business coaching, this whole rise of the coaching industry. People are ready to take it to the next level. People are ready to really ignite the creative passion that is latent within us as a human species. It is the spark of divinity, the spark of God that is within us all. The ability to create, the ability to unleash your inner world into your external world by way of your hands, with opposable thumbs that we were gifted with, that allows us to be these amazing conduits for divine energy and expression, if we choose it. If we choose that, if we choose to activate that. And I believe that we are choosing that. More and more every day, people are leaving their corporate experience, choosing to risk everything to truly be who they were meant to be, however that looks like to them. They say that the millennials are, I don't even know what they say about it. I see memes, I see articles, titles, but what I see is that millennials are so connected. We are the internet children. Internet teenagers. Our kids are the internet children, but we were kind of on that first wave of collective conscious communication, being able to spread information quickly, within seconds, around the world. We are just entered into the age of transparency. Where the veils are thinning between dimensions. Our frequency is rising around the globe. The sun is beaming photons, the great central sun is beaming photons of evolution that are right on our heads every day, and the earth is waking up again. She has been complacent as the feminine has been in that flow. The feminine used to be so powerful. And around 2,000 years ago, it gave way to the masculine. The driving force to get us to this place in technology, in this place of evolution. But as it ends the cycle, the feminine is rising to meet the masculine in a place of unity, in a place of collaboration, in a place of beautiful, tantric, interwoven support and divine balance. And that's our next cycle. If we choose it. If we choose it, this is a choice. Don't get me wrong, we still have a choice. But if we choose it, if we choose to come together in the unity between the masculine and the feminine, understanding that there is no actual separation. The separation is an illusion. It is just two parts of the same half, and just because we embody one physical expression, we all, no matter what, carry the frequency of both energies within us at all times. And the more we call ourselves into balance, the more we become in balance with each other. And so as we rise up together in this divine union, being very mindful not to throw the balance off in any way, The feminist movement is doing some great things, and some sects that feel that women in some way need to be superior to men have it all a little backwards, in my opinion. For it is together we rise, in unification we will reach that point of non-duality, that fifth dimensional consciousness, the unconditional love. We have enough people to choose that, and it will cease all the wars. But part of that unconditional love is we gotta love ourselves, and to love ourselves we really have to love our mothers. We love the earth, and this is how we get back to the earth. It's all cyclical. All of this is connected. We want to create these biofeedback portals between ourselves and the earth. So that she knows how to support us. Women, that's by giving our blood back to the earth. Every month we shed our linings, we shed our blood, and with it we shed our sorrows. That is our clearing for the month. All of our emotional experiences get held in that endometrial lining, and we shed it every month. We have the opportunity to release, and we give that back to the earth in a good way, in a sacred way. And the earth knows exactly what we need to support, for what we need for support. Create a biofeedback experience with yourself. If you use a menstrual cup, if you breathe in when it's clean, when it's empty, clean, if you can breathe in the scent on it, that's your pheromones, creates a feedback portal to your brain so it knows what hormones it needs to create for you to be in balance. Become in balance with yourself. You can become in balance with the earth. And then, ladies, you get to be that anchor point. You get to be that balance point. That's one of the things that we are so good at as women, is being balance points between the dimensions, between heaven and earth, between our families. Not excluding men at all. Men are amazing balance points too, in their own regard. But that's how women can do it. Men, get your feet and your hands in the earth. Plant some things. Wash your feet, do a foot bath, and then feed that to the earth. When you do a foot bath, you release so many toxins, and then if you give that back to the earth, then the earth will know your signature and know what you need in support and give you that back. Do that to your food, the food in your garden. It will nourish you in the ways that you need to be nourished. I can feel that undulating pulse of the earth energy as I connect my roots and deepen down to connect with the iron crystal core of the earth. I can feel that rhythmic beat as my pulse, the iron in my blood, connects with the iron of the earth, and just we synchronize, we harmonize. I can draw and pull my energy up and out and just spread my branches wide and draw down all this yummy, yummy sunshine. synthesizing the photons into the exact energy that I need. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. The awakening is here. The remembrance is here. We are here. We're remembering. We're remembering that we are connected. We're remembering that we are unified. We're remembering that we are just a multifaceted expression of a divine mind imagining itself and exploring itself. We're freeing ourselves from the mind viruses, those control programs that they tried to indoctrinate us with. It just didn't take with some of us, you know? The imaginals. That's what we are. We're the imaginal cells. We're the imaginal beings. We're the imaginal beings, just like caterpillars have imaginal cells, imaginal discs inside them. Those imaginal discs just float around innocuously as the caterpillar society just consumes and consumes and consumes and consumes and consumes and consumes mindlessly without regard of how it's affecting the earth, or it's affecting that thing that's sustaining them, just like caterpillars, tent caterpillars, for example. We're having a bit of a thing with those. They will just take over an entire tree and consume until the tree is dead, and they won't even care. Because it's not in their programming to. All they're worried about is just filling themselves up and consuming as much as they can. Just like we seem to be doing as a populace, a global populace, just consuming and using and resourcing and drawing in and taking all of the everything that we can possibly get without a thought. And then when that point is coming to a point of unsustainability, these imaginal discs pop open, and within them they contain an entirely new genetic codex. It carries the butterfly DNA, and because it carries a completely different form of DNA, as we carry a completely different set of codes, the Imaginal Beings. The system, the caterpillar's immune system, sees them as a threat and tries to exterminate them. It crushes them, it kills them, it absorbs them, it destroys them, one by one. But it's too late. The activation sequence has already begun. And more imaginal beings, discs, activate. One by one, they activate at a higher and higher frequency. More and more imaginal cell beings activate faster than the system can take them out. And they each act as an individual. I don't know if any of you have felt like lone wolves, always out there just doing your thing, holding your space, alone. But that time is coming to an end, for each one of the imaginal cells will then start to link with other imaginal cells, still working as individuals but creating collectives, conglomerates, groups, forming communities. And these communities will synchronize, and once enough of these communities have formed, a switch is flipped. And all of a sudden, the caterpillar being recognizes that it's no longer a caterpillar, that it's a butterfly. And all of the remaining caterpillar cells just dissolve. It turns to soup, this beautiful, rich, nutritious soup in which to grow the remaining forms. The organs, the systems are already in place. And all of a sudden, the conglomerates and the communities of the imaginal beings, beings, activate within themselves and automatically start working as a group, as a collective, and not like individuals anymore. And they automatically know what they are meant for, and they inhabit the already existing system, the organ system, the skeletal system, and they take over. And then they start growing, and they grow their wings. And then the butterfly is formed. And that is beautiful. But the struggle's not quite over yet. To get out, the butterfly needs to break through the cocoon and push its way. It could take days. It needs to have that final push. It needs to really push through that final tension, that final constriction, that final contrast, that final bit of contrast until it can emerge and spread its wings. And it still contains the memories of its caterpillar existence. It doesn't forget. But evolution has happened. And it's time to begin the next phase. The phase of service. The phase of beauty. The phase of networks and connections and pollination. The waves of abundance. It's the most profound analogy in proof to me that we have the choice here. Not all caterpillars survive. Not all choose the unknown. Some of them choose to stay as they are forever and die. So, as a global network, we have the choice to fly or die. But I feel like it also comes down to the individual choice, because the outcome and the future that you choose to attune your frequency and vibration to will determine your individual outcome. And definitely make sure to connect to others that have chosen to be butterflies. This is the time of the imaginal awakening. This is the time of transcendence. This is the time of prophecy. And everybody has a choice. Ima Rose, blessing you infinitely in all the ways possible. Thanks for enjoying my channeled rant. Infinite love to you.